I'm back from all my summer traveling, and I didn't see any orchids while I was away, but I was away for 2 weeks and my daughter took care of my orchids for me, meaning that she said she watered them, but I have come home to dead things like this. So this was a Rincostylus gigantea, and it even bloomed last winter and it's definitely now dead. And I came home to a lot of my Richard Mueller crosses in bloom, but they've all been outside and they have, if you can see right here, like chew holes on the flowers. So I didn't have very good things to take to judging when I came back because a lot of the flowers were damaged. But I'm going to try to show some of the stuff that I have in bloom. Lots of stuff came into bloom while I was away. And I did take a bunch of this stuff to the Illinois Orchid Society meeting on Sunday, where we had a Sarah Hurdle talk about habanerias. So this right here is a catasetum. This is Chuck Taylor. Amazingly, it has 2 spikes on it. One is an open jet. This is an okay Chuck Taylor. I think it's a little cupped, so if you look at it from the side, I don't know, maybe it's because it's just opening. I found it inside with my, well, not it, like clustered, crushed by my other catasetums, so it's possible that the arrangement of the stem isn't very nice because it was kind of squashed. This is Brassicella goldfinch, which is a Richard Mueller cross. This right here is Aloha Kapoho. It's an oncidium. I really like the red. A lot of these ones that I got from Mauna Kea haven't really made it. They came potted in bark, and I was like trying to see if I could grow them in bark, and a lot of them just got very desiccated and then died. This right here is Jalapa crossed to Richard Mueller. This is Miltasia Dark Star Darth Vader right here. This is Golden Glory, which is Tenebrosa crossed to Richard Mueller. I got these from Dr. Bill's Orchids when he did his POM order. And POM is a orchid grower in Taiwan. This is Kukara Tropical Snowflake. And every time I say that name, I feel like the flowers should be white, but mine are purple. This right here was in bloom before I went away. This is Brassicella, or I think it's Catleanthe Sun-Made Gold. I got this from Diamond Orchids. This right here is BL Memoria, or BC Memoria, Bernice Foster, Jean Grey, that I had awarded a couple years ago from, and it always produces a nice spray of flowers. Down here I have Claudia Cotorello, which I did take the judging because it wasn't too damaged, but it's got 5 flowers on this inflorescence, which I think is a pretty nice blooming, but it is pretty old because it started right before I went away on traveling, and I'm amazed that it hasn't been all chewed up. This right here is BC Jungle Bird, which I also got from Diamond Orchids, and you can see it's got another spike over here. And this spot right here has been really bad for my orchids. I'm getting some kind of sun flare through the shade cloth, and I've had a lot of leaves burn in the spot, and I've had to move stuff around. I had my Neophonetia here, and I came home one day. They were fine in the morning when I watered them, and then at night they were completely burned. So here are the Neos after I moved them, so you can see how they got really, really burned. I still have a little bit of stuff alive, but see here, see all the burning there from them sitting in that spot. Here's another burned piece. So the minute I saw that they're burned, I moved all of them, but it was probably a little bit too late. Oh, And this Sam Hongjeon has basically died. Hopefully there will be another Barampong order and I can try again and be a little bit... I had thought that was a nice sunny but pseudo shaded spot, but I was wrong. So I lost all my little neos that were there, which made me really sad. Like, see, I've got death here as well. So try one more time with those. Maybe next time that there is a order by Dwayne McDowell in the Facebook Neo-Phoenicia group. He says he does it twice a year. Right there you can see my Dendrobium hibiki blooming. I think I finally figured out how much water this needs to stay alive, which is basically a lot more than I thought it did. Everyone talked about giving these things a winter rest, but what I've learned is that hibiki, which has got bracteosum and something else in it, I'm forgetting what else, basically doesn't need a winter rest. So as long as I water it all winter, it stays alive and gives me flowers every year. I have a lot of Richard Mueller crosses that are in bloom or in spike. Hopefully I can ID all of these. A lot of these right here are Richard Mueller cross with the Rapiculus Lalias. This right here is Richard Mueller cross to that was Tropical Sunset, which is Anguirus cauchii. This is not. This is Richard Mueller. Looking at the tags, Sunspots cross to Richard Mueller. Nice one that isn't blotchy, like the one that I got rid of. This right here is a Richard Mueller cross to Brassavola perenniae. This is Richard Mueller cross to Key Lime Stars. Here is another. This is this looks like another goldfinch, but it's actually, I think it's the tag for, no, it's right behind it. This is Fantasy Bird. Again, this one from Sunset Valley Orchids. It's just starting to open up. This was Otara Hidden Gold. I don't know. I'm not very happy with the form on these. Twice now this has bloomed and opened, and even without the munching by the insects, the form on it is pretty crappy. I want a really nice round flower, which these are not. Then this, I believe, is another bird, jungle bird, right here. So you can see all the damage from the crickets and whatever other chewing insects I have running around here. Here's some other blooms on that jungle bird. I really love the pattern on these. These are really nice. These are also from, this is also from Sunset Valley Orchids. And then this right here is, let's see, it is another Anguirus cauchii across to the Tropical Sunset, across to Richard Mueller. I've got a 3 or 4 N Nodosa from H&R Nurseries that's in bloom right now. I really wish that the sepals and petals didn't flop down like this on this Nodosa. And then I have Cattleya Lulu blooming right here. Now both flowers are open. I may have shown this before with one flower open. I was really expecting a lot more color on this Lulu because it is, oh, I'm sorry, this is Spotted Clown, which is Cattleya Lulu crossed to Nodosa. And Lulu is a pink. And so I was expecting Spotted Clown to have just a lot more color on it, even though it's back crossed to Nodosa. And here's another Nodosa from H&R that's in bloom. And I think it's probably about the same size as the one that I showed previously. But this one, for whatever reason, I don't know if it's because the plant's small or whatever, just has a lot fewer flowers. This, which is coming out of bloom here, is Gyrac Canary. I got it from Nat's Orchids, and yes, again, you can see all the chewing that's been going on my flowers. This right here, first blooming Laelia Aleorii crossed to Angel Eyes. That's really cute. I hope the flower opens up more. It's kind of like a little tube right now. And here is the very last of the 50th anniversary which is some, I think, epidendrum crossed to Richard Mueller. So hidden down in here, I have my Sunspots Alfred. Only one flower. It's because I divided it, I think last year or the year before, and it's still recovering. All right, let's see if I can ID all of these here. This purple one is easy. This is Sunset Glory. I think the little yellow that's down here, which is both from the same, so here's more of it. A little crushed, because it was sort of like tucked in here, is it's from Waldo Orchid, so this is my Hawaiian treat. This, I believe, is the remains of the Doll's Horizon across to Richard Mueller. And then right here is my white Richard Mueller that, I don't know, it's like some kind of recessive sport. It's all white, has no spots, it's pretty dull. And I have given away divisions of this in years past, and it's probably due to have a little front leaf taken off of it again. And then this over here is Richard Mueller crossed, if I can get this, Richard Mueller crossed to Little Stars. Can't remember what that is. Is that Little Richard, I think is what it's called. Makes a nice little, not a lot of flowers per inflorescence, but you know, I've got a lot of you know, spikes on it. So this Swaney Leopard crossed to Richard Mueller. It's basically going, that makes it Hawaiian Leopard, I believe. So it was in full bloom, but as you can tell, it's almost done. So right down here, I have a Star Ruby Xanadu, and it's got another spike with 2 flowers on it. And then this right here, which I basically missed the entire blooming because it was in bud when I left, and now it's almost done, and you can tell that the insects have totally been chewing on it. This is the, no, this is not the Dora Louise Cap and Lay. This is, what was it? KB Secret Love, I believe. All right, I've got 2 more Richard Muellers here. So this one is Golden Tang. And it really needs to be potted up into a bigger pot. And then this right here is another Claudia Cotorello, like the one I showed before. I kept 3 of them for myself, and I got rid of the rest. All right, I'm not going to do the disaster of my orchids. That is what I have inside, but tucked right in here. I bet that's the Momolani Rainbow, the Gypsy. Having a summer blooming. Often it blooms for me in the winter, and it's right here. This is a very, very old clone. Momolani Rainbow, the Gypsy. I got this from Oak Hill like over 10 years ago, and I'm pleased that it's not dead yet.